Hey garden friends, we are at Green Acres in Elk Grove. I had to take my husband to the airport for a business trip and it was perfect timing to come and do this. I want to get some plants for some winter containers on my back deck to carry me through the winter. So let's get shopping. I'm not going to do a whole tour of the place. I'm just going to hone in on these plants that I want for my containers specifically. And then we'll plant them up. This is a cute idea. Look at that. They have the fountain, and look at this planter full of the different plants. This one has the berries. I like that. That's pretty. And then they have the ornamental cabbage or kale. So, yeah, great idea. I'm not going to get any more violas, but just walking by this table, it is such a pretty scent. It smells like spring to me. Look at that pretty one. Beautiful primroses. They always do beautiful for me. I should get some and put them in my greenhouse for now. It might get too warm in there for them though. So look at how beautiful, all these beautiful colors. Which one do I think I want? I do love this beautiful fuchsia with the yellow center. Right now, since it's been so mild, use them in the containers. These are 4-inch pots for $3.25, which is really a pretty good deal. So here's some stock, which I could use. It does beautifully. It smells so pretty. I'm thinking of putting it in my greenhouse. And then look at all this Dusty Miller. I just finished a video on beautiful foliage plants, and Dusty Miller was one of them. Look at how gorgeous that is. Wouldn't that be beautiful in a moon garden? I should do a video all on a moon garden. Yeah, just love that. Look at these down here. I'm not sure how well these will hold up in the super cold, but they are intriguing. Here is some of the beautiful flowering white kale. Isn't that pretty? That would work too in those containers, and these are $3.25 each. They're in a 4-inch pot, but that's a possibility. Too many possibilities, actually. Here's some examples of ajuga, and I use this in my colorful foliage video. If this doesn't go in there, you can see the different colors. There's a golden one. There's this one with the blue. Let me see, what is this one called? Mahogany. And this one is called Golden Glow. And that's it for these. But aren't those pretty? This one's also called Golden Glow. Look at the difference. I wonder if maybe it changes color with temperature or amount of sun. But yeah, look at these beautiful coleus. It's not sensible for me to buy some right now because, yeah, they wouldn't make it through my winter, even in the greenhouse. I haven't tried it in the greenhouse. I have some. Maybe I'll try them. But I just picked up one of these euphorbias. I wanted one of them. But look at the different colors of euphorbias. I should have used this one. Also as colorful foliage plant, huh? Those different colors. This one is called Ruby Glow. I got the Ascot Rainbow, and this one is Glacier Blue. And this one over here is Glacier Blue too. So I'll pick those up at another time, but I definitely wanted the Ascot Rainbow. And here's some heucheras. Definitely was in my foliage plant video. And yeah, just the beautiful colors. There's Electra. And this one is called, it didn't say, just has that color. Oh, look at this one back here. It's kind of variegated. And then this deep purple one. Isn't this one gorgeous? This one is Forever Purple. I just might pick that one up. I don't think mine is that purple. Mine is more this color down here, which is called Shanghai, which that's pretty too, I think. No, maybe mine's not quite that dark. But, you know, it also could be, the time of year. Look at this. I have one this color, and then there's this color. Aren't they all beautiful? Then there's a more limey one down there. So this is what's on my cart. I think I'm done. I may do a little bit, one more turn around the place and make sure I'm full up. Well, that's it for the shopping. I got myself some pretties, and now we're gonna have fun planting up the porch pots. I know it's gonna be beautiful out my sliding glass door from the dining room where I can view them, and we'll have fun planting them up in the greenhouse. I have some for the greenhouse. I bought stock, which smells so pretty, and I'll pot it up for in the greenhouse so it'll smell wonderful in there. And I did get a California native plant that I've been wanting, the red buckwheat. I should have probably picked up the mock orange too, but I'm sure they'll have them again. So, and I picked up some beautiful heucheras. So anyways, you'll see all that I got soon. Okay, garden friends, we are back home after our little shopping foray for some winter container plants to brighten up. Now the containers that I'm going to put some of these in are my dwarf Alberta spruces, and I'm going to put some color around the base, and then maybe I'm going to pot up some other containers with some of these. So I haven't decided which ones are going to go where, but so here is what I bought. I did show you my cart, but I got 2 of these beautiful primroses. Look at that color. Isn't that just gorgeous? So there's that color. And then I did buy a California native. This is the red buckwheat. I can't wait to get this in the ground. I probably will put it in a big pot till I know exactly where I want to put it. Now I bought 2 euphorbias. I got the Ascot Rainbow. You see the beautiful color. What I got this for, well, it's a beautiful foliage plant, but I can make cuttings of this very easy and get more. So that was well worth the expense. And then this one was Glacier Blue. So it's another beautiful foliage plant, and it's another euphorbia. And again, I can take cuttings from it. They say you should take them in spring, but having them here in the greenhouse where it gets pretty warm in the day, I think I can get away with doing them now. So that might be a future video. Okay, I brought 2 of these beautiful Forever Purple heucheras. These I think are going to go in the base of the pots, or else I'm going to put them up in a little bit larger size pot and put them in front of the pots with the Alberta spruce. But I don't know, do you think that's clashes? We'll see. Maybe I won't put them next to each other. And then I got this one, these 2 primroses. Isn't that pretty? So I thought maybe one of each in the base of the dwarf Alberta spruce. I could put that in a container, buy it. Wouldn't that go pretty? And then for inside the greenhouse, I bought some stock. Now this is vintage mix, so it's a mix of colors. I really would have liked one color, but they didn't have it, one color. So I think this vintage mix will be really, really pretty. You see there's a darker purple and like a raspberry. But these smell so pretty. They're going to be gorgeous to have here in the greenhouse, maybe back on that shelf. Also, here along this wall, I'm going to have a shelf put up. And I loved my shelves that I had along the walls in my other greenhouse. And I just think that will be perfect for some potted plants that I'm overwintering. Some of my geraniums that I have over here. Let me point you over there really quick. So you see I have a ton of geraniums over here. And probably it's too far up. Yeah, you see that? Lots and lots. Some are in smaller pots, some are in bigger pots. Some that are the same color, I may all put into one big pot container, but I haven't decided yet. So that's where we're at right now. And when I got home from Elk Grove, I had a surprise. It wasn't really a surprise. I'd been watching for it to come in, but I'll get this all out of the way so I can put them up here where you can see them. My roses came in from Heirloom Roses. Now, this is the ones that they sent me a discount code for if I did an Instagram reel for them. And I also did my video on their sale. I mentioned their sale. This was today is the last day, December 1st. So you probably will be too late by the time you see this video. But awesome sale. So I got all 3 of these for very inexpensive. They had like site-wide up to 50% off, and there were several roses on my wish list. So we can unbox that. Well, let's go ahead and unbox it right now. Okay, let's see. This is where this is. This is not the official use of these, but it's what I have in here. I haven't got my scissors back in here. Okay. Plus, I have a sharpener for these. I don't know, did I show you my table, my work table? It's the same one that I had in my other greenhouse, except I made it shorter. I should say my husband made it shorter so I could turn it this way to do videos with. Right now it's just up against the wall. And we just put fence boards as a top. Okay, so I got you tilted just right. All righty, okay. Let's pull this up. They are packaged very well. And I'll lean it down so I can pull them out. I thought I only ordered 3. Did I get 4? Let's see. Alrighty. So, Courageous. Yes, this is a beautiful red that is going to replace my Tess D'Urbervilles of the D'Urbervilles. I didn't do a video on that yet, but I found rose gall on it when I was digging it out of the barrel it was in. I'm devastated. That means I have the bacteria in some of my soils. That's the second rose in my garden that I found that has the gall. That is not a good thing at all. So I have to be very careful. Okay, let's see. This one is Jacqueline Dupree. This is a beautiful white single climber that I've wanted for a long time. Been on my wish list. So this one is Violet's Pride. So I guess I did order 4. And I thought for some reason in my mind, I had just 3. And then this is Raspberry Cream Twirl. Now, one of my viewers, one of you, had sent me the recommendation for that one, saying it was beautiful, scented, vigorous grower. So, yeah, I had to have it. So there they are. They're all looking really nice. Fortunately, they just came into the post office. And, yeah, pink zip tie means it's compostable. Dispose of non-pink zip ties in the trash. Okay. I think they're all white. Okay, all white. That's good to go. So I'm going to open them up. Cut the zip ties. I just love the way they're packaged. Oh, they're not even in a container. Okay, well that means I need to get them potted up, and they're a little on the dry side. But so I have to go get some containers and some soil, so I need to get these potted up until I know where I'm going to put them. I do know where I want the Courageous. It's near the arbor in the Secret Cottage garden, but I don't have the soil for it yet, so I got to get soil for that. So it's going to go in a container. So let me go get some containers. Be right back. So let's get started. I went and grabbed some containers that are a little bit bigger than what the pot size that these were in. Alrighty, this one's especially bigger. I kind of like the size, but I didn't have any more of this one. This looks more like a 2 gallon. So it is what it is. I got what I got. So I'm going to put some potting soil in here. This is very damp. It was out in the rain, but that's all right. It looks like these need a little bit of moisture anyway, so that'll work.
So I'm not putting them directly out in the garden yet. Number one, I've got to figure out how many places or how widespread the gall bacteria is. I have a few roses that didn't do well as far as blooming, and that could be an indication that they have the gall. So I got to dig down a little bit. It's usually around where I found it recently, where the roots meet the cane or where the growth comes out. So yeah, but that's okay. And I wasn't prepared to plant these out yet, but it will be no big deal because, you know, I can plant them out anytime now because these are potted. These are not bare root. And as long as we've had mild temperatures, I'm putting a little rose stone in here. Now, I wouldn't normally fertilize my roses this time of year, but this potting soil is rather known for it being tying up nitrogen, but also this time of year, the roses won't be taking up nutrients, but when they do, it will be there. So this first one, which I pulled out, is the Raspberry Cream Twirl. Now I think I want that one to have the biggest container because I want it to take off the best. I'm going to need a lot more soil. That is for sure. All right, let me see about putting this in here. Okay, perfect. I'm going to dump the excess down in here. And all is good. Now I could have loosened up this potting soil a little bit with some perlite, but I'm just in a hurry because I wanted to continue doing the back deck containers. So I'm just gonna, this is how I would do this. And then I'll do the other three exactly the same way, but you don't need to watch me do it. And then I will water them well with some organic Rev, and that's a root stimulant. It helps the plant to start talking to the soil, the roots, and all that, basically. Okay, so I need to put it in something so it does not get the stuff everywhere. So this is a catch tray down here. I'm just going to pour it in there. And then I'll pour it in here until it runs off. And then I will let it absorb it back up through the bottom. Any soil that's not moistened yet. Because sometimes it can be hydrophobic when it's too dry and it'll just run off. Whereas sitting in the water at the base, catch basin, it will absorb it back up and really moisten the soil. Okay, so that's good to go. I'll push it to the back and then I'll continue on with the rest of these. But right now, let's go and see how the plants are going to look in the containers. So this is the bench. Right behind you is my sliding glass door. So here is the two dwarf Alberta spruces that I put here beside my bench to be kind of a display area or a vignette that I can see from my dining room all winter long. So this is where I'm going to put those containers or those little potted plants to bring in some color. This is a ground cover rose. This is Sunblaze Wedding something. It's a white, it's a creamy white. And then over there I have Juliet, which I need to get in the ground, but as I said before, I'm waiting to find out if I find out how extensive the rose gall infection is before I do that. So I am going to prune up a little bit of the lower branches so that those pots can really stand up here, and it feels like these need some water, so I need to get that done too. So I will go get my pruners and we will do the little bit of pruning up so that they're very visible. Now, what I find so funny is both of these were exactly the same size when I potted them in these containers. And look how differently they grew. But it's okay, they're still pretty. All right, I moved you in close. I'll move this rose out of the way. And we'll just prune up a few of these limbs that are too far down and are in the way. Now, I'm not going to wrap the plants all the way around it. It's not necessary. So I'm just going to prune right here. And then that can be visible. Won't hurt the plant even a little bit. And all is good. Some of these limbs down in here are dead anyway, so get rid of those. Got little baby pine trees coming up in here. That over there, now this is a weed, but this over here are little violas coming up. The seeds fell in here. Must be birds, because these are too tall to be close to the ground where the violas were. So, all right. Now let's place some of our plants and see how it looks. Not going to be too low? I don't think so. All right, let's start out with the heuchera. Now I'm kind of leaning it forward. And then we'll put in this viola. And then this, not viola, I'm sorry. That is a primrose. So what do you think? Doesn't that kind of dress it up? Or do you think this would be better in a container down in front of it? I don't know. For now, we'll leave it there until I get some more potting soil. And we'll step back in a minute. Let's go do the other one. Again, let's prune it back. These dead ones down here. Okay. And there is more violas coming up. That's okay. All right. It is moist. I thought these were completely dry, but I feel that moisture in them now. Let's see, this one's leaning down. Okay. And we'll kind of do it the same or similar, just in reverse. So we'll do this primrose here, and this primrose here, and then the heuchera right there. So what do you think? We'll step back, take a good look. And see how it looks from the window. So what do you think? So this rose here, I should put it in a little bit prettier pot, but it is going to go in the ground, so I wasn't too worried about it. But isn't that pretty there? I thought of maybe moving that ivy, potting it up into a 4-inch pot, and then put it here where it would drape over. And I have plenty of it, so I could do it on that side too. So yeah, do you think I should do the heuchera in another container, and put it down here, like in one of my galvanized tubs? I have a small one here that I need to transplant. It has a plant in it that is looking quite shabby, so I need to put that out in the landscape. This I need to take out and pot up because this won't overwinter out here. But we're supposed to have very mild temperatures through December, like 50s for a high, low 50s, and then around 30 for a low, which is not very bad. And we have pure sunshine. Sadly, that means the Central Valley or San Joaquin Valley is socked in with fog. Like when we were at Elk Grove, that wasn't overcast. That was fog that had lifted, and they have been inundated with it for over a week. So yeah, that can be very depressing after a while. I know I live down in that area, and yeah, all you can do is get through it or drive up here and get into the sunshine. I couldn't believe when I came out of the fog into the sun driving home today, what a lift to the spirits automatically. It's been beautiful, and it's perfect for working out in my greenhouse. Now I need to sweep it up because I got dirt everywhere potting up those roses. But these are going to be beautiful for me to look at from my dining room out here. And even if it gets some snow, it's going to be so mild. We have no snow in the forecast for a while yet, at least for the next couple weeks. And if it does, these are very easy to pop into the greenhouse, and especially the small pots. I can pot them up in a little bit larger pots if I wanted to, but they'll be fine. And then next spring, when I'm ready for something else to go in here, they will be ready to go out in the garden. And the primroses come back beautifully for me out in the garden. In fact, I should take you around to show you a few of them that may be blooming right now. I'll go look. I know where some of them are. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, my rose haul, how I pot them up until I can get them in the ground. I'll show you a little clip of what the rose gall looks like. So if you find some on your roses, you'll know what it is. It's called crown gall. I think it came in on some dahlias. Yes, I did not know that dahlia crown gall can spread. There are many, many plants that are susceptible to it. The one barrel that I pulled it out of, I don't know what to do with that soil. I can dig it out and throw it away, take it to the dump, but then still the contamination could be part of the barrel. It takes 2 years for it to die off. So I don't know. I should maybe just get rid of the barrel. I don't know. It's hard to fathom what I'm going to do. And it said, from the research I've done on the rose crown gall or the crown gall, is it can spread by insects. Now, the only thing that has really been tough for me to deal with the roses has been the rose curlicue, or they've got the little pointy nose. Rose weevil, that's what it is, yes. And they're very bad in the spring. But the rosemary oil spray that I have does take care of them. I finally remembered to spray one rose that is especially susceptible to them, and by the next day they were gone. And so this year I need to be on top of it. And let's go see what my other primroses are looking like out in the garden. So here's a blue one that's doing so pretty. And over here is a magenta with the yellow center. They look a little shabby. They got beat down with the rain, but they're doing good. I hope you enjoyed this video. Come on back for my next one. I don't know what I'm up to. I think I need to do another foliage plant video, because I remembered a whole bunch more that are gorgeous, and you might like to know about them. We'll see. All right. See you next time.